What's up guys, it's Alicia here and I'm back again with another video on my channel. So this is part 2 of this series, and if you haven't watched part 1 yet, link to the playlist is in the description below. Also, as normal, before we begin, I would like to say that this video is for all entertainment, so if I get anything wrong, please leave a to-the-point comment below, otherwise let's get started. Actually, so before we get into the what if, I just want to say we just hit 50 subscribers, so thank you so much for that, and let's continue. Now, last time we left off with Raditz being defeated by Goku and reluctantly joining Goku and Broly. Now, Raditz knows that sooner or later Vegeta will come to planet Earth with Nappa and warns both of them. Although after some talk, they realize that Vegeta is even a lot weaker than Goku. Now, unworried by the chance of Vegeta coming to Earth, Goku and Broly, along with Raditz, continue training at Kami's lookout until the end of the year, when Kami says that he has nothing left to teach them. And so he offers Goku the role of Kami. Of course, like the original Goku, he does not accept. So Kami then offers the position to Broly, who does accept. And soon after, Kami dies. Now, before we get to Broly's Kami, a quick thing about how Raditz has progressed. Now, with Kami's training and training with Broly and Goku, after a year, Raditz has now a power level of 20,000, as well as a better control over his ki and more techniques. Also, because of the partially spirit-focused training of Kami and Popo's training, Raditz is a bit nicer and changes for the better, although he's still quite disdainful of the unsanely like Broly and Goku. Now, Broly is a bit more relaxed and proactive in the role of Kami, so that is all out of the way and we move on to Vegeta and Nappa, who instead of arriving a direct year after Raditz, arrive a full 2 years after because they do not know about the Dragon Balls, which originally was the main incentive for why they came. Now, when Vegeta and Nappa arrive, Goku, Broly, and Raditz instantly notice their presence from the lookout and fly down to where they landed. Now, by this point, I think Goku's power level will be a good 3 million. By this point, I think he also had more than enough Zenkais from training with Broly to get to this level of power. Raditz, after all this time, I think would have reached a power level of about 50,000. And of course, there is no way to accurately attach a power level to Broly. Now, this fight doesn't last too long. And before long, Vegeta and Nappa are both beaten up. But like Goku did with Raditz, he just knocks them out and takes them to the lookout. Now, Vegeta is confused when he wakes up, and he tries to kill both Broly and Goku, but of course fails miserably. This continues for a while to the amusement of Raditz and the fury of Vegeta. Eventually, exhausted, he gives up. Now, unlike Raditz, Vegeta and Nappa decide they do not want to stay around these miserable lower-class Saiyans, saying this as they leave, which does not affect Goku and Broly in the slightest, however enrages Raditz. This is because Raditz has finally proven his strength to a league above Vegeta and Nappa, and they still call him a miserable low-class Saiyan. So because he's still not a quote-unquote good guy yet, he attacks the both of them, with Goku and Broly only reacting to hold Raditz back after he kills Raditz and severely injures Vegeta. Now, for someone who has been living with Goku and Broly for 2 years, you might be saying this is a bit extreme, but we don't know too much about Raditz's personality, and I am just going to make him ruthless and quick to anger when dealing with his enemies. So I'll just be making my own kind of personality up as I go for Raditz. Now, after this, Vegeta just gets away, arriving at the Frieza Force planet on life support, where he is immediately put into a healing chamber. When he wakes up, he reports what has happened to Frieza, as I think even Vegeta isn't dumb enough to try again at defeating these other Saiyans. So Frieza, being worried about the legend of the Super Saiyan, flies over to Earth. Now, he arrives about 5 months after Vegeta was last on Earth. Now, here is where I think I'm going to stop attaching power levels to Goku. Other than that, he has greatly improved since Vegeta was on Earth. Raditz has now just hit the mark of 500,000. So when Frieza arrives, he goes the direct route of just trying to blow up the Earth. However, his attack is easily deflected into space by Broly. Deciding that he needs to fight, Frieza flies down to where Broly and Goku are. First, Goku fights, utterly dominating Frieza until Frieza transforms into his final form, where Goku is being utterly decimated. So before Goku can die, Broly steps in and kills Goku in one swift blast. You may ask why he killed Frieza. Well, thinking from the fact that Frieza is the first person he had seen being able to completely dominate Goku, he thought he could go all out, and thus Frieza was killed by Broly. After witnessing this, of course, I think the Frieza Force would leave. And then, a little while later, King Cold arrives, but also retreats after witnessing the power of Broly. Also, not too long after all this, Future Trunks arrives, and to his surprise, no one is where Goku arrived from Yardrat in his timeline. Wondering what is going on and sensing the 3 massive power levels emanating from Kami's lookout, he goes up there. When he arrives, he recognizes Goku from his mother's descriptions of him. However, no one else there is familiar to him. When he asks where Vegeta and Bulma are, they turn up blank about Bulma, but they tell Trunks about Vegeta. This greatly confuses Trunks, but he still does what he needs to do. He gives Goku the heart medicine and tells them both about the androids. He also tells them about Super Saiyan after finding out that none of the 3 Saiyans know the form. Confused as to what is going on here, Trunks bids them farewell and returns to his timeline. Now we skip to 3 years later, and before we get to what happens, all 3 Saiyans have finally unlocked the form of Super Saiyan and are stronger than Goku was at the start of the Android Saga from the original timeline. Now, of course, at the start of the arc, when they get there are no androids, surprising all of them. They wait for a long while, and still no androids ever arrive at the location Trunks specified. This is because Kid Goku never destroyed the Red Ribbon Army. Instead, it was demolished by King Pilaf, and this time even Gero was killed, thus leading to no androids. And so, the reign of King Pilaf continues. A little while later, Trunks arrives, and he goes to the lookout and asks all of them what happened. They respond that they went to where he specified, but nothing was there. Broly has been looking down on Earth for all this time, and still nothing has appeared. Eventually, they have to conclude that for some reason, in this timeline, the androids do not exist. However, not too long after Trunks arrives, they all sense Imperfect Cell, making his presence known. When they go down and fight him, it is a short battle that ends with the total annihilation of Cell. After all this, Trunks returns to his past with Goku to once and for all destroy the androids. And then Goku goes home. Okay, that is where we'll end it for today. Before we end the video, some information to inform you about Vegeta is that he's been non-stop training since the destruction of Frieza to try and take revenge on Goku, Broly, and Raditz. Other than that, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, please comment down below why, and I'll try to improve. Until next time, bye guys!